Hi, today I'd like to show you this great tune by J J Cale called Don't Go to Strangers. It's also been done by Clapton and a whole whack of other people. It was a suggestion from subscriber Dave. A good suggestion, turns out. The song itself is in open G, so that works for us. I'm tuned to open G, G, D, G. I'll play the first part of the song for you and then take you through it. So that's basically the whole song except for a bridge part, which I'll show you in a couple minutes. It's a fingerstyle song, so I'm just using my fingers. But the picking pattern is a little bit different. A lot of the picking patterns done in the past have started with the thumb and then the fingers. This is the reverse of that. So you pick the middle and high string, then you pick it again, hit the low string with your thumb, and then the middle high string twice. So it's like... That's basically the groove for the whole song except for a couple licks. So it starts off 0, 0, 0, which is G. And then this part of the song, we're going to go to a B flat chord, but we're not going to play a different bass note. So this would be B flat slash G. Then we're going to go up to C slash G. This is a little different. It's got a lick in there. 3, 5, 3, 0. Little bass note. And then 5, 3, 0. That's the only complicated part of the song, so I'll play it up to that point for you. Like that. So we're back on the 0. B flat over G. And now we go up to a D chord, full D chord, 7, 7, 7. Twice. Then we go back to the zeros, same pattern. And now we're going to add the proper bass note in because the bass player started playing at this point. So it's just nice to vary it. Then up to C. Then open G. Then open G again. D. So I'm going to play that whole section slow. So I'd like to show you how to play some lead to that, but before I do, I should probably show you the bridge. The bridge starts on C for 2 measures, and then G for 4. And D for 2. And then it plays the half of the part that we just learned. I made a loop of that first part of the song, and I'd like to show you an easy way to jam over top of it using G minor pentatonic. G minor pentatonic, 0, 3, 5, 7, 10, 12 on the low and high string. The middle string, 0, 3, 5. Now this is 5 is the same as 0 here, so you have a pattern of 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. So the pattern would start here, 3, 2, 2, and 3. So actually, it's very easy to remember, especially down here, 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 5. Yes, that's the same note. The only change is as you go up, 7, is it's an 8 here. But we're only going to use a couple notes out of this. I made it to Albert Collins' show, the great blues guitar player, just in time to see his encore. He did a 20-minute encore. It was a one chord kind of thing. And I swear, it was the best guitar lesson I ever saw. He only used 3 different notes. He bent them, he slid them around. He did all sorts of stuff with them. But he actually only used 3 different notes and had the audience fully engaged for the whole 20 minutes, and then everybody went nuts. So I'm going to give you sort of like a synopsis. Now, our situation is a little different because we're playing over not just one chord, we're playing over B flat, we're playing over C, and we have a D. Now you notice right away when we have a D chord, this is a 7, but the scale says 8. So you can imagine if you play this note while someone's playing this chord. I wonder if I could do that. You can see that sounds horrible. So you're maybe asking yourself, well, is the scale wrong? Well, instead of getting into that, I would just like to point out is when you're playing something and something starts to sound off, find out what that chord is and play the notes from that chord. And I'll give you an example of that. Every time we come to the D chord in this, I will go to the D chord and play the notes from the D chord. And then I'll go back to the scale. Okay? Here we go. So hopefully you notice when I went to the D chord, I used the notes that are in D. Now, technically, this wasn't in the pentatonic scale. This note was. This note also exists here. So if I had played that, that would have sounded pretty out. And that happens to a lot of guys when they're first trying to get the pentatonic scale down. They get to the 5 chord and they go, oh my God, I can only play one note. Well, you can also play the 7th. But you're right, this 8 doesn't work very well. Now you don't need to know all the theory behind it. All you need to realize is whether it's the 5 chord as it was in this song or any other song, you just figure out what the chord is, where it is, and at that time, add those notes to your scale. Doesn't matter what the scale's called. All that matters is you have good notes to play over, in this case, the 5 chord. And the rest of the time you're in the pocket. I hope you find that helpful. Have a great day.